Attitude Broadcasting presents BSS Carolina with your host, Rocky. JPP, not only are you a giant, but you're a dummy giant.
Giant dummy.
You'll be in the same unemployment line as Steve Clifford. New job, Release Roberts. Linsanity's a hornet. We call us hockey experts. Easy.
You know who the next Jordan is? LeBron. It's not his fault. It's just because I like playing devil's advocate. Never again. Hall of Famer. Tannehill. Game over. Don't worry, I'll wait. We've all said it. None of us are hockey experts. I guess we are. We're beating hockey experts.
And big shots.
PJ Harrison. Rudy Gobert. JPP. What a dingling. Insanity. I said better. I didn't say good. Roy Hibbert. What a dingling. If Duncan gets the 7 rings, not his fault. With Jordan, you got plenty of money. Get you a driver. Bump that. Side pieces. Side pieces. Ronda Rousey.
You can listen to the show on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. And follow us on Twitter at BSSCarolinasNHLPlayoffShow5-14-2016. Welcome to BSS Carolinas on all those great channels, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and iTunes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I guess.
And you can follow us on Twitter at BSS Carolinas. And, of course, we are sponsored by Attitude Broadcasting. We put attitude in your broadcasting.
No, I put the attitude in your broadcasting.
No, actually, Sean and JP do that. John Perez, excuse me. We got a good show, great show today again. Of course, we're going to talk some Major League Baseball. Believe it or not, we do. And fried mushrooms. Yes, Sean, fried mushrooms. This is going to be great. We ain't even made it to the other show yet, but all right. We got some baseball we're going to talk about. We got Sunshine Players of the Week, 2 words for you and everything. But first and foremost, let's go into who are you sitting at the bar with this week?
Now I'm sitting here talking to you. Drunk and on the run, I'm sitting at a bar on the inside, waiting for my ride on the outside.
Who you sitting at the bar with?
In the trailer park, so I jacked the keys to her father's car and crashed that Chevrolet and then stepped away.
Yes, JP. R-Truth Perez. This is a sports show, not the wrestling show.
Yeah, please save all good comments for later.
Oh, man. All right. Who you sitting at the bar with?
I am sitting at the bar with Ricky Fowler,
Good,
JP's
you didn't take
boy.
my boy. All right.
JP's boy. Man, you're leading the Wells Fargo Championship, and you blow it on the final day and let some – I don't even know who the guy was that won it.
Castro.
We ain't talking about baseball. There ain't no Castro's playing golf.
No, there is a Castro playing golf.
No, but come on, man. With your bright orange punk shirt and your hat with the flat bill, get out of here.
Why do you hate Fowler so much?
I don't like him.
By the way,
just the way JP doesn't like him because he's a hipster. He's a wannabe.
Wow. Oh, man, that's rough. So you sitting with Fowler?
I'm sitting with Ricky Fowler.
I am all right, I'll go back to that one. Ex-Major League Baseball player. This guy is special in my heart now, and I wish I was his friend. Former Major Leaguer Brandon Laird won't have to worry about picking up the tab at those bars in Japan for a while. He homered the other night, and he gets a year's worth of beer.
Like, are we talking American beer or like some cheap Japanese, like, warm beer? Is what I'm wanting to know.
not only helped the team beat his opponents, but also hitting a beer sign in Japan, winning him $10,000 and a year's supply of beer. And he went on to say his teammates would never have to worry about beer again this year. He's picking up the tab.
Shoot, I would.
So
I think that company would go broke a year after that year.
when can baseball start this? Can we start putting signs up if players hit it?
In America?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, maybe more people would care about baseball then.
Why not? You put up, or you won't tell me.
I would love to see, like.
Could you imagine if Bartolito Colon hit a beer sign in San Diego the other day?
They would go broke. No, they need to put like all you can eat like ribs or something or like burgers.
Sean, that's 2 strikes today.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, I'm sitting at the bar, Tony Romo asking about the Dallas Stars. Dude,
Oh, you're
Anyway.
going to be featured on the wrestling show today, aren't we?
Oh,
You're
he's
going the great way.
Yeah, he keeps on going the wrong way. But anyway, sorry. You talking about the baseball, Bart Cologne?
Yeah, like Burger Shack or like McDonald's or the BK Lounge, put the sign up there. Free like Whoppers for a year or something. Or like in Bull Durham. He hit the bull. The guy gets a free steak. Something fun like that.
Yeah, why not? I mean, dude, you know how good that would be?
Have the fans interact if they pick a said player, to hit something, they win a steak or like a burger or something. Make it interesting. Uh-oh.
No, that would be great. John Perez says he would want to hit a sign that says free lap dances for a year.
No, that's the NBA.
All right, you guys are killing me here. But yeah, this guy's great, dude. James Hahn actually won the Wells Fargo.
That's it, Hahn.
Roberto Castro was in second.
There is a Castro?
There is a Castro.
Man.
In the playoff, James Hahn won the Wells Fargo. Phil Mickelson finished fourth, by the way, and Warriors fourth.
Yeah, they both came back. They were pretty low going into round 3.
And, of course, next year is the PGA Championship here at
Yeah,
Wells
I'm going to have to
Fargo.
buy tickets for that.
Yeah, we'll have to go to that. Or Quail Hollow, excuse me. Going on to the next story I got. Reportedly, I want John Perez's thoughts and anybody else on Periscope or Periscopians. Reportedly, UFC is up for sale. UFC is valued at $3 to $4 billion. First of all, should they sell it and keep Dana White as president?
Hey, how is it only worth $3 to $4 billion as much revenue as they bring in?
What?
That company. That's worth more than most baseball sports franchises. No, that's more than all sports franchises.
Well, like, for example,
But to think how much sponsorship they get, how much money they get for pay-per-view buyouts.
well, think about when the Clippers were sold for $2 billion.
Yeah, that's only $1 billion more. I know we're talking billions, but still, that's all. This is a whole company that has their own TV show, Ultimate Fighter. They have pay-per-view subscriptions. They have Saturday fights, fight nights, stuff like that. I mean, in the amount of sponsorship they bring in, how are they only worth that much? But yeah, they should sell it. If I'm Dana White, I'm selling that in a heartbeat.
Well, Dana White only owns 9% of it.
Yeah, exactly. 9% of how much?
It's the brothers that own 89%.
Yeah, because Dana White's their promoter, CEO.
For Toddy. UFC generated $600 million last year? Yeah, $600 million last year in revenue.
I mean, it's already going downhill with the whole Conor McGregor deal. CM Punk ain't fighting. And you got people, it's going the way of boxing. Boxing was great, and then it just went to the decline.
So
Guys failing drug tests, big matchups.
John Perez, say that again. I didn't catch what you said.
Big matchups only lasting, 3 minutes maybe.
So you think it's going downhill?
Yeah.
So
it's
sell
not-
it while you can.
Sell it while it's at peak. If this is their peak, then sell it while you can.
I still don't think it's the peak yet. I get it. I think you could sell. I still think you could. I think they will make more money than it's worth still. But I mean, I think they bought it for like $200 million or something like that before when they started.
Yeah, when they started in the late 90s or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, that was nothing, like, because, I mean, it was in its infancy at the time.
I could see them at some. I think this sport only goes up more and more because all the stuff you talked about. The difference between this and boxing. Yeah, the Fertitta brothers own it. But what do you think about, should the Fertitta brothers sell it now to somebody else and keep Dana White as president? First of all, who buys it has to keep Dana White as president. Give him a salary. Say, hey, you're running day-to-day stuff.
Man, he's set for life. If he gets 9% of that buyout plus a salary to run the company,
Right.
man, he's living high. Yeah, I'd say keep Dana White, even though I'm kind of tired of him.
But the difference between UFC and boxing, and John Perez will probably agree, I don't know, is this only has one governing body. It's UFC runs it. That's it.
Right.
They don't have WBO and every other city.
And, I mean, they are expanding. Now they can have fights in New York, which is, a huge sports market.
Madison Square Garden. I mean, think about it. UFC inside. I mean, think about having UFC inside Madison
But,
Square
I mean,
Garden.
Vegas is their bread and butter because all the gambling they can do. I used to love UFC. It's just gone downhill for me, so.
Right.
I mean, it just seems so rigged nowadays.
To me, I think to start Conor McGregor, Rousey, those stars that have made it big now, you're going to have other people in the sport that do the same thing. There will be another great UFC fighter that comes through that will help generate a lot of money. That's the reason I don't think it's going anywhere. And all the
They can
different
always
shows.
build anybody up in
Right.
UFC. I mean, Conor McGregor was really, up and comer, and they just built him up to be the next big deal. And what does he do? He loses one fight. He's like, I want to retire. No, I'm just kidding. I want to go back. I don't want to throw away $1 million payday. Idiot.
John Perez would buy it if they show Matt Barnes versus Derek Fisher in a fight. I think we all would. Wouldn't you buy that?
Oh, I would pitch in like a third of the price to watch it. I would pay full price because I think Matt Barnes could take Derek Fisher.
Dude, that wouldn't be close, I don't think. Where's the sound bite? All right, there we go. But yeah, I think UFC should sell it. If you want to if the Fertitta brothers wants to make money, go ahead and sell it. I mean, dude, $4 billion. I do think there is a bigger cap on it than $4 billion. I think it could get to $10 billion at some point.
I don't know. I think with all the stuff that they do right now, there's no way they can do more and make more. If that's only what they're worth, is say $4 billion at most, I can't see it how they could be worth more.
I think it could be
Unless
worth
they
more.
really expand on their product, like go to other countries and have UFC fights and stuff like that.
Well, they already do that, like Brazil and stuff. But, yeah, they could do that. They've already talked. With UFC, you can do so many different things, I think. I mean, and as you bring on different fighters.
Maybe Wade Barrett will join UFC. We do know he was a bare knuckle brawler from
Please
London.
don't. Please don't.
Because he has the Barrett barrage and the bull hammer.
Oh, my goodness. All right, speaking of one boar hammer to another, here we go.
Malone looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one! Deep left field! Back goes Upton! Back near the wall! It's out of here! Bartolo has done it! The impossible has happened! The team vacates the dugout as Bartolo takes the long trot.
And in case you don't know, he's still running around the bases.
The only thing they needed to make that great was Al Michaels. Do you believe in miracles? That was fantastic. Been waiting on this for 2 years now. And it finally happens. A Bartolo Colon home run in a Mets uniform.
He's never hit a home run, first of all.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It happened in a Mets uniform.
I know. And
in San Diego, which is a pitcher's park.
It's definitely a pitcher's park, and he knocked one completely out. I still think it should have hit a beer sign or something.
I had it on my phone. I was watching the race on the TV and my phone here, and I heard the crack of the bat, and I looked, and it was just going, and I was hoping he let go of the bat after he rounded first base because he just held on to that sucker.
The question I want to ask, all right? Listen, do you hear the crowd? Did you hear the crowd?
Mets fans love him.
San Diego Padres fans love him. Everybody loves Bartolo Colon. Everybody. I don't get it. All right? He is no different than Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Rafael Palmeiro.
He is different.
No different.
He is different.
He actually... Burger King loves him.
He is different.
How is he different? He actually failed a PED test, and he is beloved by everybody.
Because you know what?
I've never seen somebody so loved by other.
Because, hey, look at him. Even when he first started, what's PEDs going to do for that body? I mean, I'm ashamed of mine, but, man, that guy puts me to shame with that figure. But the thing is, he didn't lie about it. He was like, okay, I'll just take it, and I'll take my lumps, and I'll continue. But the thing is, he is loved because he... I don't want to word this.
I mean, why
he
is he
loved
so much?
Because he seems to love the game. The way he plays, it's a love of the game. He's playing at 43. He could play another year or two. The reasons nobody likes Barry Bonds is he was a prick his whole career and lied about steroid allegations. Rafael Palmeiro, let's not remember that hearing. I did not take PEDs.
Okay.
And what happens later that year? He gets busted for it and is suspended. Roger Clemens is the same way. I'll never respect Roger Clemens for throwing a bat at Mike Piazza, a broken bat.
John Perez says test Cologne now. I get that. I get it. But, dude, Bonds never tested positive, so we don't know if he's lying or not.
Nobody liked him. That's the thing.
I know
nobody likes these guys.
Roger Clemens. People like Roger Clemens.
Who? I have never met anybody that says, oh, Roger Clemens is a great guy. He is awesome. Just look at the way he loves to play the game. We're talking about the same Roger Clemens that was making $2 million a start.
Fine. Sammy Sosa. Everybody loves Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, everybody loved
Palmeiro until he lied in front of the grand jury.
Exactly, but that's the thing. He was in Washington, and he said, I have never, pointed his finger and said, I never took PEDs.
Mark McGwire. People love Mark McGwire.
I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm here to talk about the present and the future. That's the thing. These guys, they lied, and they covered it up. And Mark McGwire, I took it, I'm so sorry, on MLB Network, and starts bawling like a little 5-year-old girl.
Is that the reason? Okay, Andy Pettitte. People love him anyway because he's a Yankee. But, you know, we
could talk about all the guys that lied. Jason Giambi, who had a press conference to admit nothing. I'm sorry for the actions that I did, even though I won't name the actions that happened. There's so many things.
Daryl Strawberry.
That wasn't PEDs. That was
Coke. But
that was Phil Coke and Lorenzo Cain.
Right. There's so many that you. I mean, dude, all these. But Bartolo Colon, because he's 42 and a pitcher, everybody loves him. I'm like,
but who can who can believe he took PEDs? Have you seen him? Even when he was in Cleveland, he was really hefty. I know PEDs help with your injuries. He took his lumps, okay? He had his suspension I think he was when he was in Oakland.
Yep.
He took his suspension.
80 games, I think.
Yeah. And guess what? We haven't heard anything from him yet. I'm sure they're going to drug test him now after hitting that home run. You're damn sure. MLB's going to drug test him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But
Did PEDs make him fatter?
possibly that they could collect. Or maybe
All right.
maybe it was performance-enhancing eating drugs.
So
Performance eating drugs.
The reason you're saying the reason they love him so much is because
He
admitted it. He took
his
his
lumps.
punishment, and
But
he's
look
come back.
how he is when he plays. Even when he hits, it looks like he's having fun out there for an old man.
He said, "Is that the case with Sandoval? Does Pablo got the same problem?"
Yeah, he blew his arm out reaching for that buffet tray.
We're going to talking about baseball for a few minutes. Hot and cold. Red Sox and Blue Jays are 7-3 last 10. The O's are 6-4 and leads the East. White Sox 7-3 and leads the Central by 5 games. They're running away with the Central. What?
Yeah, I mean, there was nobody in the Central.
Well, I mean, you
The
can't say
you
that.
have
The Warriors.
The Royals are gonna. The Royals will catch them. It'll be between those two guys. But there ain't nobody in the Central that's gonna catch them now.
Look at the Indians right now.
And
Captain Napoli is just 7 home runs now. Again,
that's
Napoli's killing it.
yeah. But I mean, I thought the Indians were gonna do. We're gonna be better. And what? We're not even. Are we a fourth of the way?
No.
We're not even
We're not a quarter
way
way
through
yet.
the season yet. So I mean, there's still time.
No, there's plenty.
But we know one thing: the Twins ain't gonna win.
That's right. Twins won't. The Mariners are 7-3 and lead the West. The Phillies and Marlins are 6-4 in the last 10. And the greatest stat I've ever heard: the Atlanta Braves are the 7th best, have the 7th most wins in their stadium this year. How are you the 7th? You play at that stadium more than anybody.
You play
And
82 games. You play 81 games in that stadium every year.
Yep.
How do you not win?
Sean said, will Washington fall short again this year?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
We know why, because Mr. Met over here.
what. Well, that and I mean, they do have an ace. They do have Scherzer, who struck out 20 last night. But I mean, you're going to give Strasburg a huge contract extension. The guy who can't. I mean, when he's healthy, he is a really good pitcher. But I mean, man, he can't stay healthy. He can't get 30 starts a year.
They picked a bad year to have a bad year.
But Bryce Harper is their offense right now. Ryan Zimmerman's not doing anything. Jason Worth isn't doing anything. It all relies on Bryce Harper on that offense. And, well, not this game because he's suspended. One game for arguing with an official after the game was over.
Which was great. The Cubs are 9-1.
Test him for steroids, Mr. Anger Management.
Cubs are 9-1 last 10, lead the Central. Diamondbacks won 5 in a row until they lost last night, or but second in the division behind the Dodgers. Who's cold? The Tigers and Warriors are 3-7. The Twins 1-9. The A's and Angels 2-8. The Braves 3-7, and the Rockies 4-6.
Whoa. The Twins won one game in the last 10?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive. It's impressive, sir.
One game better than the A's and Angels.
Better than the Dodgers.
Hey, no, we're 5-5. The Braves did make a trade. They traded Jacone to the Angels. They traded another starting pitcher. Before the game, the runner didn't reach home plate. Is that a big deal whatsoever?
No.
They trade another pitcher.
No, I mean, please, Atlanta, I'm going to offer you the trade of the century. Now listen to me, guys. You get Lucas Duda,
Oh, jeez. No.
Travis d'Arnaud.
No.
You get. No, I was going to say. I was going to say Bartolo Colon. No, you get a long relief pitcher because we're not getting rid of our starters for Freddie Freeman. Make that trade. No. Okay, give us Travis d'Arnaud for Freddie Freeman and Lucas Duda.
I've got a better one.
You got a starting catcher and a starting first baseman.
Atlanta, I'm making you a trade.
You have a first baseman. I don't want to hear it.
We can put him at – no, we can move him third.
You're not going to put Freddie Freeman at
I
third.
am trading – I am giving you by us saying Justin Turner, okay, and one of you
No,
choose
not your best offensive player.
You choose an outfielder. You can have I want to trade Scott for the Mets mascot to come do the show with James. All right, come on. I would trade Justin Turner, and you can pick one of the outfitters I mentioned, Carl Crawford, or Andre Ethier, or Yasiel Puig for Freddie Freeman.
Even Atlanta's not stupid enough to take Yasiel Puig.
Take any of those outfitters.
Or Carl Crawford.
Or Andre Ethier. Any of those guys. You can take any three of those because we are
There's
starting.
only one team stupid enough to take Carl Crawford's contract.
And that's
Who
the
is
Boston
it?
Red Sox. Take him back. That was us. But hopefully we get rid of him because we are starting Trace Thompson the rest of the year. Please start Trace Thompson the rest of the year. Clay Thompson's brother. We definitely need to start him. Let's go into Sunshine Players of the Week.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy.
You got any?
You really need that clip from Remember the Titans. Sunshine!
I'll get that one.
Yeah, Bartolo Colon, first Major League home run ever in the Mets blue. How about Thor with 2 home runs last night?
All right.
Who else could I put as a
Well, I'm going to say
Sunshine
Max Scherzer
Max
last night.
Scherzer? Yeah.
Colon's bat is Player of the Week. All right.
And how about Steph Curry?
Steph
40
Curry,
points.
well, not only that, 17 points in overtime. He was named the first ever unanimous MVP. Steven Strasburg for his new contract. Trace Thompson of the Dodgers hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth to win game first of the Mets.
Yeah, good
Night
for Steven
before.
Strasburg, man, making all that money for no reason.
And what about, I got to say, the Dodgers and Mets series so far has been great.
Yeah, because you guys have been losing.
No, we won that game.
One
We lost 2. We'll win tonight. We got Kershaw going.
against Bartolo Colon, baby,
Yeah, okay.
who's going to go yard
If he ain't no way he go yard again.
in Dodger Stadium. What if he does?
If
What
he goes yard again, can we just let him not walk around the base? I mean, it's like you might as well
still
take
runs
a break.
faster than Pablo Sandoval.
I don't know about that, man. That's tough. Moving right on, let's go into how's our bracket, NHL style. How is our bracket doing?
Can you get this soundbite?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the way it looks. We don't have anybody left, do we? Let me see those brackets, sirs.
There's your bracket. There's our
Why
bracket.
was I going peanuts there? Thanks, sir.
I don't know.
Okay, the Scott and Turtle bracket. Right now we have,
Oh.
well, we don't have the Caps, we don't have the Panthers, we don't have the Hawks, and we don't have the Ducks. Told you, Turtle. Go with the Blues. Right now, who do we have winning in the first round? We had the Caps. That's pretty much our bracket. We had in the Eastern Conference, we had one team
Yep.
win, and it wasn't even a sweep because they won in 7. In the Western Conference, we had the Stars winning. We would have had the Blues if somebody would have listened to me. We had the Ducks winning, and we had the Sharks because I said the Sharks were going to win.
John Perez says those two guys don't sound like they know much about hockey. You must be talking about Turtle and Scott. I get you. Hey,
Who
I
did
let Bobby
you
pick.
guys have? You had Dallas and Chicago, too. You had Anaheim and L.A. So you had one in the Western Conference. We had 2.
So we have to
In
figure
the
out.
Eastern Conference, you had Washington 1. Yeah, you had the same thing. You had the Washington advancing.
So we got to figure out.
At least
who
we had Washington advancing.
to the finals and win the whole thing. So for everybody,
Right now, you guys didn't do. Wait, I'm trying to figure out yours. Oh, yeah, you had Washington 6, so you have more games.
So we'll
than
have
us.
to add up the games and see who did better.
In 5 against
right.
the Wild. I can't remember how many they went.
So we will let everybody know next show who won the bracket challenge.
Yeah, we're going to have to do some calculations, send it to NASA. And
At least he's wearing a checker shirt. Yeah.
whoa, 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 you know it.
So last night, the Western Conference, the Blues demolished the Stars in Game 7.
We all know
6-1
why
rout.
that happened.
Why?
Tony Romo was in attendance at the.
Hey, stop it. Did you watch the game?
No, I didn't
right.
because I knew the Blues were going to win.
Tonight, the Preds at Sharks, Game 7.
That's what I'm watching tonight.
Who wins?
I hope the Sharks.
I'm going Nashville. I want Mike Fisher and Weber to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm
I
going to go
want
with
Brett
the Preds.
Burns and James Reimer and Pavelski
All right.
to make it to the Western Conference Finals.
You're not good at math. Thank you, John Perez. You got that bowl. You got the shirt for free after buying a bowl of soup.
Who was that? That had been Sean.
Yeah, that was Sean.
Well, there goes you going to a Checkers game next year, sir.
The Lightning and Penguins in the Eastern Conference. The Lightning beat the Islanders 4-1, and the Penguins beat everyone's favorite team, the Capitals, 4-2. Thoughts on the Caps losing again?
Same old, baby. It's nothing different. I mean, the Penguins have been playing really, really well, even at the end of the regular season. I thought when they played the Rangers, they'd slow them down, but obviously not. I mean, they made short work of the Rangers. They went through the Capitals pretty good. Man, that team's scary. But the Lightning, I think, if Stamkos can come back, maybe help him out. I think that's going to be a good series. I hope the Lightning wins.
So who do you have going to the Stanley Cup Finals?
Well,
now?
why should I pick? Because every time I pick, we end up losing.
Well,
Our
we don't
brackets.
have our cohorts in here picking.
I want to say the Lightning in 6.
I'm going to say, man, I know y'all hate this, but I'm going to say the Penguins in 7.
Because I want to see the Lightning and Blues in a Stanley Cup final.
Sean says Tampa in 7. So who you got in the West? That's left.
The Blues.
The Blues?
I think whoever they play, they're just going to outshoot.
Yeah, I'm going to say
I mean, you got the best, one of the best goal scorers on your team right now, Vladimir Tarasenko. And their goaltenders are stopping guys. They held the Dallas Stars to 1 goal last night in the deciding game.
Yeah. At home, which is crazy.
Well, Dallas.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I hear you.
Dallas chokers.
I think the Preds. No, I'm gonna say St. Louis and the Penguins, and I see St. Louis win it. Moving to hockey. Moving to horse racing.
Why?
Nyquist wins the Kentucky Derby. Next, will he win the Triple Crown?
I don't care. It's horse racing. The only interesting thing I found about this horse is that their owner is a huge Detroit Red Wings fan.
Really?
Yeah, Nyquist, named after Gustav Nyquist of the Detroit Red Wings.
All right.
That's the only thing interesting I found out about it. Other than that, it's horse racing. Who cares? It's as rigged as UFC and boxing.
That's the worst freebies. All right.
They do that, by the way.
Charlotte is next week for NASCAR, right?
No,
Is it
they
this
are.
weekend?
They are next weekend.
Next weekend, yeah, the Coca-Cola 600 and everything.
The All-Star weekend is the 22nd through the 22nd or 23rd. And then the 600's the following weekend. I
So-
can't remember where they're at this coming weekend.
Hopefully next week we can get Mr. NASCAR back on the show so he can talk about it a little bit more.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Man, how about that Kyle Busch, man?
The suspension.
NASCAR being NASCAR. Okay, the thing I don't get with NASCAR is they go this whole rule with they don't care how many lug nuts are secured. You know, if the tire falls off, it's your fault. You're going to get suspended. So do it at your own pace. Now we're going to now we have to overanalyze how all 5 lugs have to be secure. It's stupid. It really is. It cost Martin Truex the race, who led over half the race at Kansas, and it cost him the last 24 laps. And I feel bad for the poor tire changer because tire changers are a dime a dozen. Oh, he's suspended. We're going to get another one if he's a little bit faster. I'm sorry, buddy. You're fired. I love NASCAR death, but man, they need some major front office changes badly.
Well, hopefully we'll get it soon.
I mean, they've got too many bigwigs stealing money and just making stupid rules.
Sounds like FIFA.
They're just almost as corrupt as FIFA. Not as corrupt, but they're getting there.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's go into our final 2 segments of the show.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya.
2 words. We didn't talk about it earlier, and we probably should have. Chris Carter, no longer at ESPN, didn't renew his contract.
That's my 2 words?
Yeah, give me 2 words for Chris Carter.
Bye-bye.
Come on, man. Why? My favorite person to talk NFL.
I like him, but, I mean, it's time to get younger guys in there to talk about.
Randy Moss?
He at least played, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
I like Chris Carter and Herm Edwards a lot.
Gosh darn it, the heck. Herm Edwards.
Then Ray Lewis, no longer at ESPN.
Not guilty.
Later, Gator. Not guilty. Man. Fox. Maybe he'll end up with Fox. Because Strahan should be leaving.
Bailing out his son.
There you go. Deadpool out on DVD. I knew you was going to be on the show, so I put these 2 next ones on the thing.
I'll water mine down, T-Mac, for you. Freaking awesome.
Deleted scenes. I haven't watched them yet, but I've heard. I can't wait. I'm going to check it out.
I don't know if
later.
Sean's watched it yet. He said he was going to get it today.
Uncharted 4 on PlayStation.
10 out of 10.
11 out of 10. AP saying he could play until he's 40. Telemundo.
Get real.
What?
Back playing
AP?
past 40 or to 40.
3 letters. PED.
Cybernetics. Unless he becomes a cyborg.
Tracy McGrady saying the NBA is watered down.
Shut up.
Don't be a hater. There's different words you should have used in watered down. Cam Newton has a new show on Nickelodeon.
Does?
Yep, it's 20 episodes. STD.
Don't cry.
Get to practice. Get to practice. Don't worry about
talking
TV
about
shows.
practice.
Yeah, stop worrying about the TV shows.
Talk
and
about another sport that's soft, that's watered down.
stuff. Yeah.
I would say bon voyage. Hey, hey. Bye, bye, bye.
All right, you got any bon voyages you want to say goodbye to?
Ray Lewis, so long. See you later. ESPN said, we have the evidence, and you're not our guy anymore. I'm glad Ray Lewis is gone.
Why? You didn't like Ray Lewis?
I don't like him. He was phony. This guy killed a guy or was associated with a murder of 2 people.
You don't know.
But
who killed
because he became born again, it's okay. Who else? Christian Cage.
him. Yes,
and TNA.
we read this crap.
What?
Sean said, "Do we even read this crap?"
What?
I don't know.
What crap?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Are you talking about this outline I'm supposed to follow? No, sir, because I'm a rebel. I don't follow outlines. They follow me.
Sean, we'll say that for the next show.
Christian from WWE was released after, his second stint because of concussion. Well, I mean, he couldn't be an active wrestler. I know, concussions.
Technically, he wasn't released from the WWE completely. He just won't compete anymore.
But the thing is, they're two different contracts.
Which he doesn't need to compete anyway.
He can go. What if he goes to TNA and WWE still hires him to do the Edge and Christian show? That totally reeks of awesomeness.
What do we think of the Cavs? They won't win the Eastern
Cats?
Conference.
I think
Cavs.
Not
the Cats.
The Cavs, mine are pretty sculpted, actually. Sorry.
My Cavs are pretty nice.
I had to do it.
Do you got anybody else to say goodbye to?
No, I think I'm good right now. I might elaborate on some of yours, though.
Jonas Valanciunas out for the rest of the Heat series and the Raptors. Dave Yeager of the Grizzlies fired, but he's now the new head coach of the Kings.
So are they going to hire Steven as their new head coach?
Sure.
Since
he's got Yeager. Yeah. Chris Carter let go by ESPN. Ray Lewis let go by ESPN. As we all know, Mike Tirico's leaving ESPN for NBC.
Which is huge because Mike Tirico's good. I like
He's
him.
very good. He's going to be doing the alternate Thursday night broadcast on NBC, which I totally get.
Yet they keep Tony Kornheiser for some reason.
Wow. I call it here the Cavs fall short and miss the NBA Finals. All right. So we see that might happen. No, they keep Kornheiser, but the reason Tirico went is because he not only gets that, but when Bob Costas leave, he'll probably take over for the Olympics and other things. So I think it's a smart move. Adam Stevens, crew chief of Kyle Busch, suspended for one race.
Like I said before, I think it's stupid. I mean, it's not like he cheated the car up or, I don't know, did something he wasn't supposed to. I mean, he didn't change the log. Stupid. Oh, my God. I need to start just getting into dirt racing more.
And, of course, JP says Chris Carter, fall guy. I am going, the last but not least that I have is the Brooklyn Brawler was released by WWE after 30 years with the company.
I feel more useless than the Brooklyn Brawler. I mean, for 30 years, the guy's been behind the scenes the last at least, 15 years or so since he's been done in ring. I think if you're cutting salaries, I don't know what he was making, but I'm sure there's a lot of useless salaries in that company right now that you can cut. Big Show, Mark Henry.
It's coming?
I don't know. I guess he's got the pulse on the younger wrestlers. I think maybe Arn Anderson should be gone.
No, Arn Anderson is a lifelong. No.
Lifelong, yeah. They need to keep Dean Malenko definitely in the backstage. But, there has to be more places to cut money than your behind-the-scenes guys.
Brooklyn Brawler.
The Brooklyn Brawler. I don't know. I don't know what matches he was mapping out. What if he was mapping out some of the best matches we've seen?
We don't know. That's the reason I don't want to speculate. But Brooklyn Brawler wasn't William Regal. And Regal you have to keep because he's one of the greatest minds ever.
But Brooklyn Brawler, though, was a good jobber.
Yes. So if you need somebody to be a jobber, sure.
In a gimmick. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are jobbers in that. We should talk about this actually on the wrestling show.
We'll talk about the wrestling show.
So be sure to watch the wrestling show.
Yes, that comes up. Everybody on Periscope, stick around if you want for that show. It's Wrestling with Attitude. But you got anything else?
Well, thanks for having me, actually.
Hey, no problem.
I can't believe you actually invite me back after my appearances.
Hey, last week, I was killing listeners on Periscope. Hopefully we did again this week. But thank you for everybody tuning in, listening in for this show. Make sure you catch us on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and follow us on Twitter at BSSCarolinas. And make sure you stick around for the other show if you want. Everybody else, we'll see you later. Have a great weekend, and you can catch us everywhere.
Later, guys.
So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone fast with the girl named Bo. but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. But the hardest thing I ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee. I might fall from